Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Shatterpoint Stats Center. I'm your host Steve, and join me as I look back over the 5 events played across 4 countries with 41 players over the last weekend. Let's dive in. So again, it is a slightly quieter week with only 5 events, quite a small event as well, but spread out around the world. So let's take a look at our first event. And our first event takes us to Spain, where we have a 3-round event with 6 players. And in first we have Alberto, and it appears to be just a standard format, so not a premier format, so only one strike team required, and it's a Cassian Jyn list that goes 3-0, and that has Captain Cassian Andor, K2SO, the Rebel Commandos, Jyn, Bodhi, and Baze and Chirrut on Never Tell Me the Odds. So that's basically the boxes. Commandos obviously swapped out instead of Pathfinders, but that's basically the boxes there. Then in second, we have a Hunter Boss list. And it's Boss, Fixer, 7 Scorch, Hunter, Crosshair, and the Republic Clone Commandos, also on Never Tell Me the Odds. Interesting choice to go on Never Tell Me the Odds. I think that obviously Delta are strong on all missions, but Never Tell does pull them out a bit sometimes, just stretch them out wider so that you don't always get your Delta dice on that one. And then the third 2 and 1, which was Oscar, has not submitted a list, which is a shame, as we've got Grand Inquisitor and Cad Bane. Would be lovely to see the list there. But yes, congratulations to Alberto on the 3-0, and then Antoni and Oscar on the 2 and 1s. The next event is also a showdown event in the United States of America, and it's the Black Banner Bi-Weekly. It's just a 2-round event, so we're only going to look at the 2 and 0s. And in first place, we have Nick Raider with a Jyn and Leia list. So we've got Jyn, Callus, and the Rebel Commandos, Leia, Bodhi, Baze, and Chirrut on shifting priorities. So, yeah, very standard list there. Nice to see Jyn and Leia pairing up. And then in second place, unfortunately, we have no list, but we've got a Riff and Mando list. So I would imagine that's going to be something like Riff's box with Nossa and the Aquadroids, and then Mando, Dengar, and the Weequay Pirates. That seems to be the pretty common build. But congratulations to Nick on the win by going 2-0, and to Blaster Holden for also going 2-0. Our largest event of the week is next in the United Kingdom, and this is the Rogue 4 event with 13 players. If you're interested in hearing how I got on at this event, then please do check out my full tournament recap video that was dropped yesterday. So it's the video just before this one, if you fancy having a look. And here we say congratulations to Ollie H55 for going 4-0, and their strike team was, their premier squads were Kiadi Mundi, Shakti and the Padawans, Obi-Wan, Rex and the Clone Commandos, Anakin, Padawan Ahsoka and the 501st, then Boss, Fixer, 7 Scorch on shifting priorities. So well done on the 4-0. And then 2 3 and 1s, we see Chris Howell in second place. Chris was running Boss, Fixer, 7 Scorch, Ahsoka Tano, Jedi and More, Rex and the Wolfpack, and then Mando, Bo-Katan and the Clan Kryze, and then the Armourer, Paz Vizsla and the Covert Mandalorians on Sabotage Showdown. And then the final 3 and 1 is Phil Johnson, and Phil was running Asajj, Nosseri and the Aquadroids, Dooku, Jango Fett and the Magna Guard, and then Cassian, K2SO and the Rebel Commandos, and Leia, Bodhi and Baze and Chirrut on Sabotage Showdown. Phil will also be doing a review of his tournament, so it hasn't dropped at the time that my video is going out, but it will be dropping later on today, so do go and check him out on Tabletop Impulse if you haven't already done so. And normally I would not throw in any of the 2 and 2s, but I would like just to make a special mention to Tom here in 4th place. Tom's list was Asajj, Nosseri, the Aquadroids, Dooku, Django, and the Magna Guard, Riff, Crosshair, and the Weequay Pirates, and Mando, Bo-Katan, and the Covert Mandalorians. And the reason why I am giving this list a shout out is that there were only 2 lists in the entire event that did not have Boss or Cassian, and there was one list that had Boss and Cassian as well, and Tom's list was able to finish 4th. So yeah, so really well done on that one there, going a bit against the grain of the meta. So congratulations there, and well done again to Ollie for the 4-0. Back to the United States of America for another LVO qualifier. Only 6 players in this one, but there were 4 rounds. So we will just look at the 4-0 of Scott Evil Houdini, who won the event. So Scott won the event with Riff, Nosseri, and the Aquas, Cassian, Bo-Katan, and Baze Chirrut, Jedi Master Luminara, Kalani, the B1 Battle Droids, and then the Armourer, Paz Vizsla, and the Covert Mandalorians playing on Sabotage Showdown. And Scott seemed to be favouring the Riff and Luminara build there. So you've got the Riff box, and then you've got Luminara, Kalani, and the B1 Battle Droids. So quite a lot of droid synergy in that list, so that's fun. And then in second place, we have Classic Flava, who went 3-1. And this is probably a bit more standard build. We've got Obi-Wan, Rex and the 212, Anakin, Wrecker and Omega and the Arfs, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shakti and the Padawans, and then Boss Fixer, Sev and Scorch on first contact. And Classic Flava was very much favouring Boss, nearly a Boss anchor, Anakin Boss, Obi Boss, Anakin Boss, and then Anakin and Ki-Adi to finish out. Yeah, so well done, Scott, and hopefully that means you've qualified for LVO. And then our last event takes us over to Italy for the Rise of Mandalore. And I would like to give a big shout out to this event. First of all, the 10 players, 9 of them submitted SPT coded lists, so thank you very much. And also there was quite a nice shake-up of the meta at this event. So although I'm only going to be looking at the top 2 lists, I would still give a little call out for the shake-up in the meta, and hopefully this is what we will see going forwards as the new mission drops and as some new units come in. Hopefully we'll see a shift away from the Cassian boss meta that we've been seeing. But first up we have Judge Assault going 4-0, so congratulations there, with a fun list of Mace Windu, Rex and the Arfs, Padme, Pond, and 7 Scorch, and then all Ewoks as the second part of the 2x2 with Chirper, Wicket, and the Ewok Hunters, Logray, Paplu, and the Ewok Trappers on Sabotage Showdown. And then the 3-1 was Malasorte, and they were running Cassian, Ezra and Baze and Chirrut, Kanan, Sabine and Chopper, so really leaning into the Spectres there. Then Hondo, Bosk and the Weequay Pirates with Cad Bane, IG-88 and the Bounty Hunters again on Sabotage Showdown. And one little fun stat that I noticed from this event that I would like to share. Of the 10 players, 8 of them brought Sabotage Showdown as the mission. 1 brought Never Tell Me the Odds, and 1 brought Shifting Priorities. And out of all the games, there were 16 times that Sabotage Showdown was played. 3 for Never Tell Me the Odds, and none for Shifting Priorities there. So whilst the meta in terms of the choices might be quite different out in Italy, it seems that Sabotage Showdown really is the mission of choice. So congratulations once again for the 4-0 to Judge Assault, and great to see an all Ewok list featuring so high at an event. And that brings the Stats Center to a close for this week. So as I say, some smaller events, so not too many lists to cover, as not many hit the 3-0, 4-0, or 1 loss kind of threshold. So yeah, lots of players, but slightly smaller events spread out. So yes, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do hit the like, the subscribe, etc. Trying to build the following. So if you haven't given the channel a follow, it would be great if you could do so, just so it can start to appear on more people's YouTube feeds and hopefully get this data out there. If you haven't watched the January meta video, please do so. And as I said, I did take part in the Rogue 4 event, so there is my first tournament recap video of 2026 also to watch. I got another Jedi Council interview coming up later in the week, so hopefully that will drop sometime over the weekend. But if not, I will see you all next week for more Shatterpoint Stats Center. So until then, have a good one, and bye for now.